Llandegfedd Lake in Wales. And it's just here. This is the UK. This is Wales. We're homing in Bristol Channel here. And I think this reservoir was built, not sure when, it wasn't that long ago. And it feeds Cardiff. I think that's probably Cardiff there. Where is it? No, it's Newport, that is. Probably feeds that as well. But it was built to feed Cardiff. Now here, it does hold the UK record pike. Trout fishery. I've heard there's not that many trout in there. It is a trout fishery, but it's not sort of crazy. But no, this is the place. This is the sailing club here. And so I just you can coarse fish it. Apparently it's really good for coarse fishing. They do the pike as well. So we'll go into that in a bit. There's a few matches there as well. They have, and it's owned by Welsh Water, and you can fish it on a day ticket for about £10. You can buy a season ticket, and so fishing is only permitted between March and October. So it's trout stocked, but not huge in numbers. And apparently there's they live alongside huge shoals of bream, which interest me, and the roach, hybrids and perch. So with that, you can understand why you would get a big pike. So I think it was 91, 92, something like that. £46 pike was caught. And I did take a look at the photograph of that pike, and the time of year, there was a lot of greenery and a lot of leaves on the trees, so it's and the fish was had a sort of reddish tinge to it. So for me, it was something which had been targeted in the summer months, or maybe as late as sort of September or something like that, which for me is not the traditional time you go for a pike. But generally, for me, fish are a lot more active at that time, so that's why for me you'd probably run into a biggish pike like that. Just a theory. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, if you live in Bristol or Somerset, it's only about an hour away, something like that. It's a good place to go on holiday. So yeah, so this is the reservoir here. So I think where my cursor is, so if I draw a line along this bit of shore here, I think that's what they call, that'd be like the southern shore. There's some pegs along here. You pay in the visitor centre and you walk along. You're going to need a barra. And just along here, you can fish along this stretch here. And I think on the other side of the bank where my cursor is, this is the north shore, there's some pegs they do for match fishing there as well, if you want to go up there. So I do know if whatever way the wind is blowing, it will churn up the bank. Remember how high the actual reservoir is, so with it all being churned up, that's where you get the fish coming to the more of the shallow area. They talk about feeder fishing in 25 metres, so it's quite deep. So that might only be 2 or 3 rod lengths out, just a normal sort of cast. They're talking about using shock leaders and feeders and using like a metre long trace with your sort of your maggot feeder or whatever into your ground bait, and sometimes the fish take it on the drop. They're saying bung plenty of feed in, cast every 5 minutes and things like that. So you want to fish the bank which is all being churned up, and so yeah, it's somewhere where you can go during the close season as well if you're into your coarse fishing. Be nice scenery as well. Be nice sort of down there. I think access is, if you're fishing out in a boat, that's for pike it's 9 till 5. I think the bank fishing is 9 till 5 as well. But I heard somewhere that they might let you through the gate at 8 o'clock or something like that. Give and take that you've got to walk with a barrow and all your stuff. So yeah, just sort of bear that in mind. Yeah, so it's owned by Welsh Water. So you can go online and buy the tickets. It's https llandegfedd.co.uk. And there's also the Facebook page, Llandegfedd Reservoir Course and Match Fishing, if you want to join and get involved in one of the matches. So like I say, fishing is from 9 o'clock till 5. You have to be off the bank by 5 o'clock. So you usually get through the barrier at the visit centre by 8, which I was just then saying. So there's a car park on the north bank, and it's opened at 9, but usually open by 8:30. So I think the car park is well, let's zoom in here. Here, North Car Park. This one here, look. So you'd have to drive around, get to this one, get to this car park in here, and walk around on here. This could get quite muddy. It looks quite low here in this. This looks like it was taken last year when there was a bit of a drought on, and the reservoirs in East Anglia were low as well. So feeder fishing gets it. So the reservoir is over 400 acres in size. So wind blowing in your face, stir up a bit of colour of the best conditions. Alright, so you're looking for a feeder rod about 12 foot. They were talking about using braid, so they don't mind you using braid with an 8 or 10 pound shock leader. Bullet feeders, 1 metre hook length hook, between a 14 and 10. So, and you can fish, the fish can be eaten quite close. I don't know what, you'd have to ring them up and ask, but I don't know what the rules are with regards to having a pike rod out at the same time. Because I think that's a way how you could get a lot of fish in your swim. And as we all know, they won't be, a big pike wouldn't be too far away. There's plenty of food there. Casting every 5 minutes. Talking about putting in plenty of particles, corn, hemp, and maggots. Saying don't worry about spending too much money on casters. Chopped worm is okay, but apparently the perch home in on it. Doesn't surprise me. 3 reds, corn, and a red or worm on the hook works well. Chest waders if you want to set your gear up a little bit into the water. There you have it. There you have it. That's Llandegfedd. Llandegfedd there. It's quite deep. You're looking quite close in. You're looking 10, 25 metres within casting range, but in the middle there, it talks about sort of 60, 70, 80, 100 even. So very, very deep. Feet. So, it used to be like a valley in there. There used to be a mill in there and all sorts of an old sort of proposal by the water company, what they're planning on doing, building this dam and all that. So it's probably been there for sort of, I don't know, it's probably been there since the 60s. A bit like Grafton Water and them sort of places. Sort of built fairly soon. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a little bit coarse fishing there. If you want to do the pike fishing, there is some rules about that. There's a certain limit of time you can go in there and do the pike fishing. I'm just trying to think what it says about booking boats and things like that. It's it's probably best if you just go online really and just check that out. I'm just trying to think what it said about the pike fishing. It's a little bit tricky. Spoke about. I don't know. I'd have to go and have a look, to be quite honest. But so you can book it all online. You can buy season tickets and all that sort of stuff. But if you want to, like you say, book it well in advance. And so, turning up and just going from the visit centre, you might be out of luck, especially if you've driven a fair way. So, it's somewhere to sort of do some good fish in there, and definitely would, if you put the time in, would throw up a decent pike. But there you go. That's Llandegfedd Reservoir, home of the Welsh record pike, £46. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and I will catch you later.